This is the ETF2L Premiership Highlander Season 27 upper bracket final. These two teams finished top two in the regular season. SDCK, the top seed, inVision second, and the winner of this will be going through to the grand final, the loser dropping down to the lower bracket. And we're going to be starting here on Badwater. This was the pick of SDCK, and it's going to be inVision in the blue attacking first, SDCK in the red, and they'll be defending, trying to beat the time. It's going to be a best of three on this map, and of course a best of three in terms of maps as well. Absolutely. I mean, we have Steel coming up, and Kafka's play on Steel has been absolutely huge the last few times, and obviously last week we saw some big plays. So I have to see if that's going to be adapted to Badwater here. And again, it's just that usual kind of... We're not seeing the aggressive sentry from Clark, actually. It's going to be the far back one. In come the bombs. It's going to be Joe and Kafka going in and not really getting anything done at all. Surprised to see the passive sentry, but it is being wrangled now by Asics on that far side, broken with a little bit of space to maybe get a sideline, but nobody really going down as he gets headshot by a Likey doing the first sniper battle there, and the suicides just coming in again, Refleks.
And they're going in. No luck so far, not even the force, but almost, not really almost, but almost getting forced. The dispenser did go down, but it's coming up straight up again. Clark backing him up. Oh, nice headshot though by Broken, taking down Lakey. That's gonna probably slow down. No, wait, oh yeah, that's probably gonna slow down SDCK for sure. But we do see that, you know, inVision, they're gonna go in and sack yet again, maybe hope for that force, and they will succeed at that. Unforgiven goes in and backstabs Clark as well. It's been a force, and now inVision is at the Uber at it. They are the next ones to make a decision here if they want to push in with the Uber or not.
Yeah, that was an absolutely huge force. I mean, that dispenser going down just meant it was a little bit more awkward positioning wise. The force came in, and the backstab from Unforgiven, we were talking about him in the pregame, gets the double, gets down Clark and gets down Sandburn. So no demo, no NG. The sentry was able to be just taken down by a wrangled mini, and that first point will go down. And the force hasn't come out from Zeo, so he still has 100% in the bank. In comes Joe, really deep, massive amounts of damage going down. The sentry will be destroyed. Nubby gets backstabbed as well, so no demo for SDCK. This second hold isn't really going to work. They're still 30% away from getting their charge. They have no sentry, they have no demo, and holding this corner is risky when you don't have those two defensive powerhouses into the mix. We'll have to see what's going to be happening here.
SDCK is going to have to be very careful here, to be honest. This is a lot of momentum inVision can pick up on, but they do successfully take down Stinghand, pushing the cart, so that's a less heavy for them. But Conch will be popped by Jackie Legs himself. But inVision does have the high ground on second. They will just be raining down hell upon SDCK. It seems like SDCK will just be leading on this. They can't deal with this bullshit anymore. Aww. And never mind, actually, they're coming back. And
Jackie Legs. I mean, there is one thing that needs to happen on this roof. You need to make sure, it doesn't matter if players get up there, you need your flank to be protecting it and to focus the sniper, and that is exactly what Jackie is doing, keeping himself alive, being an annoyance, and making sure Broken doesn't get to sit up there for free, because you can have players up there spamming down, but it doesn't really do anything. We're seeing Sandburn here just hiding underneath with the Tomislav, maybe just getting ready to catch somebody out. Jackie does finally go down there to Kafka, so now it's going to be a little bit more space for inVision to do anything. But this second hold is buying so much more time. Sandburn hiding does get down the cart. Pusher. In comes Joe. Big bomb in. Oh, and it's going to be the drop. It's going to be the drop. The last ditch pipes from Joe managed to hit Gedu. He's going to drop out of Uber, and now inVision have a massive advantage getting ready to push. This cart is going to go down, Refleks, and they could push this all the way to third.
yeah, like that's gonna be a massive momentum they can pick up on. But May on the flank right there, taking down Broken, but he's gonna respawn real soon. I don't think it's even that worth of a pick. He's gonna die eventually. But I think they should start pushing to third here, to be honest. They have a massive ad, a lot of players ad, you know. What are they doing right now? They're taking their sweet time to get places. They're not really communicating together, I feel. But SDCK has set up a pretty strong hold with the level 3 sentry up by Clark as well. They're just holding as strong as they can at the moment with the this side. They're just going to have to wait and see what move inVision will make. And it doesn't seem like inVision is even making any moves. They're just sitting in boiler room, but they will be using the Uber. They're getting ready to push here, trying to get down damage, rain down damage, but insane deflect by T-Burn here. Not allowing any damage on Clark's sentry gun. And CeeJaey will be going down by Lakey. Absolute B shot by him, leaving SDCK at a 95% Uber ad.
Big bomb in from Kavka, managed to get a ton of damage onto Gedu, went down to about 25 HP there, but manages to live and will hold onto an Uber. And this is, you know, I have to give massive credit for SDCK. They really adapted there. They knew they had the disad, they knew that they had to face third without an Uber, and Clark with the aggressive sentry on the low ground, and everyone else just getting ready to make sure that Uber was forced and they could back off, retreat to a safer position, and just relax. In come the bombs again. Kavka is in, Joe is in, a lot of damage going down, but none onto none that's going to make the actually no, the Uber does get used. I completely missed that. The Uber is used by Gedu. We're seeing SDCK set themselves up in a way that even when they have a disad, and it is going to be like he gets the headshot onto Broken, so that buff meant nothing.
That's what I was saying, y'all.
I think he was the one who was, you know, he had a lot of votes in chat. So we are back in action though now, and he's going to get another headshot onto Joe there. And SDCK opting to do this aggressive hold on the low ground with the combo close to house. And inVision at the moment kind of trying to get Broken into position, but he gets taken on by Likey again.
Sit your ass down!
It seems to be they're trying to just throw all their eggs in one basket, and you know, they're saying screw this, we're going in. Unforgiven gets the backstab onto Likey, but that Uber is going to be so much better for SDCK. The sentry will go down in the end to grip. But the better Uber for the defensive side is normally going to be what you want, just so you can reconsolidate your position, and that's what SDCK are doing. They're just backing up though, and it's giving a lot of space to inVision here.
inVision probably should be making use of this, but all of them are very low. Joe is literally 9 HP, but he gets arrowed eventually. Is up on HP again, but damn, Kafka goes in for the bomb, manages to take down Sandburn, and Nubby is down as well. This is kind of huge for Team inVision, but CeeJaey also going down to a nasty backstab by Mr. Meso right there. Meso just clutching it up for Team SDCK, and now they're going to keep moving on now. They're going to move on to last and try to make a play out of this.
Yeah, it's you know, you say big play, that's like a saving grace, right? The SDCK just got completely slammed there by the push from inVision, and Meso getting that backstab onto CeeJaey gives them breathing room. Now they don't have an Uber to face before they're really set up. So Meso really buying his team some time there. You can take a look at Gedu, he does have 100% now ready, CeeJaey only at the 35%, so we're probably going to expect to see some soldiers and demos flying in, trying to go for the forces. But that's a downside better than facing a full Uber disadvantage coming in. And you know, 621, this isn't bad from SDCK in terms of holding time, but you know they want to get at least a couple more minutes on this last push. inVision definitely want to be winning this in the next couple of pushes. As we see the bombs coming in, Kafka going around the houses, manages to get another drop with the pipes. Joe 2 drops in this game already, and CeeJaey just approaching 100% now. Refleks.
God damn! That was an absolutely cracked bomb by both Joe and Kafka. It feels like SDCK just allowed them to do that. They were just looking at him like, hey bro, I'm my medic, man. It's on me. It's on the house, you know? But yeah, here we go. inVision will be pushing on the massive Ubrad, trying to demolish anything on last year from SDCK's part. Try to claim a lot of ground. Osix with the revenge crits though. Let's see what he could do with that. But nasty plays by Sandberg, taking down Meso, and Osix will be taking down him in return. But that'll handicap inVision severely.
Yeah, that's a massive flank from Sandburn. You know, if CeeJaey is alive here, inVision could just retreat, heal up, and then just continue the push from the high ground. But right now, they're just taking all that chip damage. They have to back away. So many good plays there. Nubby manages to get the kill onto Grip, so there's no Pyro. He's dropped from the Uber there from inVision. Everyone backs up towards the spawn, but the flank from Sandburn really just sandwiched them in. Excuse the pun. And inVision, yeah, not being able to see it out and getting living means they have a bit of an advantage here. And if there's one thing I know about SDCK on the defense on payload maps, they do like to get aggressive with their Ubers. Here they go, they use the Uber. Joe goes down. We're seeing Grip also go down. There is only a mini sentry here, really. Stingan is hiding in map room. He's trying to fight from all angles. Does manage to get a 3k, takes down Sandburn there, and will back away. But not much value out of that Uber.
I mean, they did get a few players, but that'll still handicap them, to be honest. They're at a 80, 40, 60% disside. This is huge for inVision at the moment. They're gonna have to maybe do something sick with this Uber or take their time, but they will be using going in here, Spy getting the sap, Unforgiven, sapping gun, taking that down eventually, but Gripping Kafka going down on the way, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be a successful push from inVision's part. SDCK still standing strong on the low ground, and Uber ad for SDCK. inVision is going to have to make a desperate play here, but no, Meso gets a nasty backstab on Joe, and it's all a disaster for Team inVision.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much to unpack there. And once again, inVision going in and SDCK focusing down the players not involved in the Uber, or at least not getting those flashes. And when you're losing important players like that, it really, really affects your momentum to fight after that Uber is done. And there was a really, really close moment there. Piyaka coming in through the back stairs, managed to land a shot or two onto Gedu, but doesn't manage to get the kill. In comes some more Sacks, not managing to get anything done there, and Gedu using that dispenser armor just to keep safe and sound, and it's going to be equal Ubers here, but again, SDCK wanting to get aggressive on the corner and just try and get as much pressure onto inVision, not giving them any inch of space for free.
This is so much time for Team SDCK. You saw them completely crumbling apart on first, but now they've just grown up to be a beautiful, butterfly. You know what I'm saying? So, but the sack comes in from inVision. They're gonna try to take down Gedu, but the sacks just keep failing. Kafka and Joe just dying every goddamn time. It's so unfortunate to see for Team inVision. They're just losing so much time, and SDCK standing strong, standing like beasts, and they won't allow inVision to make any plays at the moment.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you see Sandburn holding in that map room, takes down Grip, who is attempting to try and help him out, or push him out rather. Jackie Legs is there to help out Sandburn as the sacks come in again. Kafka goes down, the pipes from Joe don't connect this time around, and Gedu is safe. And it seems that SDCK at the moment are kind of happy with just sitting here and waiting for that obvious, I see a bit of Spiles by action there, Mezzo getting the shank onto Unforgiven, but yeah, they're just sitting there waiting. They know the soldier sack's going to come in. They know the demo sack's going to come in. They just sit there and wait. They have Sandburn in map room, so he's able to kind of just be that anti-aircraft gun as well as the sentry. And even when it seems they get forced or dropped, they're ready to retreat into a safer position. And inVision are not going to be happy with this. Look at the time. We're just approaching 4:25 on the round timer. We've been on this last point for a few minutes now. We're going to be approaching double figures in terms of minutes. And inVision, that they're going to start to be thinking, we need to push now. Like, we need to get some last points. As they're going in for yet another sack, in comes Kafka, gets some damage, and the force does go down this time, Refleks.
I don't think you should have forced there, but maybe that's just me, I'm built different. But,
you're almost an NG main. I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, well played by inVision there, forcing Gedu successfully, and they will definitely play on this. If they don't, I don't know what they're doing at this point. They are gonna start aggroing on the cart, and I smell the Uber coming in free too. Okay, faster than me, then I count. But there we go. They're gonna be using the Uber going in, trying to take down that Clark gun. But Kafka going in for the jump, taking down Clark himself, and here comes SDCK trying to bomb on everyone here, trying to collapse and try to save the point as much time as they can. At this point, they just have to stall for time. Stall for the minor small seconds. Meso coming in, backstabbing successfully. And yeah, everyone SDCK is down, and that will be 13 minutes for inVision. That's actually, that's not okay.
We'll have to see, though, what they can do on the defense this time. I mean, how many times over the years that I've played this, Refleks, I have played and casted games where you have a really, really bad pushing time and then you hard hold them on first. Do you think inVision can do that right now?
I don't know. It's really up to them. I don't think inVision is known for their first holds, to be honest. And clearly, I mean, SDCK almost did get a force on CeeJaey, taking down the dispenser successfully. CeeJaey being vulnerable for multiple seconds, but they didn't really take him down. Broken though, successfully being picked down, and this might be huge potentially. They might get their sniper to beat peak more aggro. Give their own sniper. SDCK give them more ground to start taking down players from inVision. But inVision is gonna have to hold desperately here. 12 minutes left on the clock, they're just spamming and, you know, trying to bully inVision into a corner here. And that will successfully take down Kafka and Asics in the process. And so many players from inVision are going down one by one, swatted like flies. And they're just getting overwhelmed. They're going to have to use back here and force an exchange between both teams. But it seems like Uber will be used on inVision's part, but they will just have to run away because SDCK used to return, just sandwiching them. And this is just horrible for inVision. I'm gonna start crying. This is emotional. And yeah, SDCK will be covering first with 11 minutes left to push.
Yeah, so when I said they could hard hold them first, I didn't expect them to like lose 5 players and then use an Uber. Not looking good for inVision right now. Definitely, like, if you lose first, you kind of want to lose it gracefully, you know, at least get yourself set up on the next point. JackeyLegs is currently on 3rd, destroying the dispenser and the sentry set up by Asics.
The crucial pick.
So we're not even talking about 2nd being contested. I mean, they are crucial picks because that dispenser can no longer block the stairs and the sentry can't stop people on 3rd. They are fighting, they are hard holding this corner on 3rd aggressively. Nubby, Sandburn, Likey, T-Board, and they're all there. The cap has gone down on 2nd. And inVision here know that they can't play too aggressively. If they try to push out here and reclaim the territory that's been taken from them, there is an Uber to deal with, which the Uber is going to be used. Nubby does get dropped from the Uber though. Joe with the stickies is going to take down that demo. But with the Uber being kept on Sandburn, I think that's going to be enough for them also to get 3rd point. And this is going to be within the realms of 3 minutes for those first 3 points. Now there is basically 10 minutes to go, Refleks, for them to push last.
Winnable. To be honest, winnable.
It's winnable. Yeah, it's always winnable. It's always winnable until it's won.
inVision does have the Uber ad, so, you know, that'll at least buy them 10 seconds, I feel. But for the next 10 minutes, I mean, you know, I love seeing last holds for 10 minutes. It's always fun. You know, I play pubs occasionally, and that tends to, you know, end up on a stalemate. But yeah, SDCK is just preparing for the next push. You know, they're just gonna load up that Uber, or maybe even go in for a sack. And it seems like JackeyLegs does not go in for a sack, but he will be exchanging damage against Pijaka. But what we do see is Nubby going in, but gets taken down by the Asics Sentry. Engineer is the best class in the game, to be honest. But yeah, they're just still standing strong. Team inVision, you know, it's winnable.
It's still winnable. It's like I said, it's always possible to be winnable. I'm just seeing very different holds here from the two. We're seeing, you know, Asics with the sentry very, very passive on the low ground, which is what we saw SDCK do when they were being a bit more defensive. But Clark had his sentry a little bit further forward. Normally, we're seeing some kills there. No, Likey getting the headshot onto Kafka, May taking down Piyaka. So that's the flank down. Maybe a little bit more room for maneuver here. You can actually see Sandburn is in behind and gets so much damage down onto some players. The Uber is forced. Joe goes down to quite low HP. The Uber is used onto it, but Asics also went down. Likey also gets the snipe onto Broken, so the Uber is going to come in from SDCK, and we little fledge on there from T-Board and to get some space. Mezzo with the sap. The gun is down. SDCK have just entered last, and they're just claiming kills left, right, and center. Stingan is still in map room, but he's about to get caught behind by Sandburn. It's 3 versus 3 though. Enough kills from Stinger just to keep his team alive. Zeo is there with the grip, and he's just flare gunning, being annoying, and just not letting anyone go onto that car. And you know, in the end, Refleks, inVision have bought themselves an Uber advantage.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to win because they couldn't even defend. The respawn timer will take so long, you know, if they won't have time to come and defend Xiao. And that's what SDCK knew. They were gonna push in and take down Xiao before inVision could react on it. And that was an absolutely smart play by inVision, you know. But JackeyLegs exchanging damage towards enemy gamers, taking down Broken successfully, and does eventually get taken down by Kafka. But here we go. SDCK will be pulling up to the after party at last, trying to take down whatever they can with this dry push. 75% right now from SDCK's part, and you know, it's kind of becoming a massacre for inVision, but there's still potential. Never mind. They're standing strong on card at the moment, but both teams actually lacking the crucial players to make the play. Mezzo fighting against Asics, and Joe, will they be able to win? What is he cooking? And ooh, T-Burton pulls up, takes both of them down. It's time to get the cap time because, you know, SDCK I mean, inVision will be jumping up, desperately fighting to stop the cart because they have no other choice, to be honest. And you know what? I think this is won by SDCK.
You think that's a bold claim? That's why I love casting with you, Refleks. In this second round,
they gotta do so much better than that. So much better than that. So that's why they gotta communicate a bit more and get better at the game, simply.
Well, I mean, it's the only chance they're going to get, because if they lose this round, it is going to be first map going SDCK's way. We'll have to see what happens. We're seeing pretty much default setup here. Not seeing aggro sentry guns from either side defending here, really, at the moment. Again, Asics holding kind of far back, not watching tunnel, but not aggressive. And again, we're just seeing players getting into position, ready for those sacks. In comes JackeyLegs, in comes Nubby, a little flyby going in, Grip and the sentry going down, and it's absolute slaughter as Zeo was pulling a little sneaky there. Refleks, did you see where he was hiding?
Oh dear God, and the force gets also, oh no, inVision, I'm so sorry, this is, oh my God, JackeyLegs just not allowing anyone to make progress, and Shio just killed by, yeah, Jesus Christ, that was, wait, Gedu died. Gedu got backstabbed by Unforgiven. Unforgiven, the saving grace for Team inVision, manages to get a backstab under SDCK. That's some hope right there for inVision.
Yeah, someone in the side of inVision needs to be saying, look, Unforgiven's given us a lifeline here, let's please use it. You know what? Zeo hiding in the lobby area, behind that shutter door, great strat. It's used a lot, but walking into the heavy and the soldier there with everyone else dying around, not the best of plays coming in from inVision. This time around though, Refleks, all right, let's look at the positives. They have managed here to solidify themselves on third. It's equal Ubers, they've got sentry set up and everything like that, so we may see a third hold as Nubby comes in, trying to go for the force, doesn't manage to get any damage onto Zeo though, and we just see the heavies.
I'm very entertained. I'm very entertained by the Sandbird exchange right here, but I think I'm sorry, but both heavies will be going down for both SDCK and inVision, and that might be huge for Team inVision, and they will be using on that actually, but Nubby will be going down somehow, and inVision, I mean SDCK is gonna have to back away. inVision holding third kind of decently, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Uber in through house, not something that you see that commonly, but SDCK going for it, and JackeyLegs is just in, takes down Zeo, Broken Joe, Unforgiven all going down here on the side of inVision. A lot of kills, and it's just going to be the car being pushed. There is a level 1 sentry, but JackeyLegs and Clark, of all people, is up there taking names, takes down Grip with his shotgun, also takes down the sentry. He was like, hey boys, just give me a moment. I'm not going to push the cart for a couple of seconds. Going to get a couple of kills. Sentry's down, back on cart duty.
Got it.
It's 258 Refleks. Refleks, this is faster than they pushed before.
Embarrassing. I'll be completely honest. Nubby Joe goes down as well to the broken sniper, and not broken sniper. Oh, I'm actually losing my brain cells watching this. But yeah, they're getting card time, and inVision is just setting up, being desperate right now to just buy any time they can, because this is honestly very upsetting to watch if you are an inVision fan right here.
Yeah, 100% Uber for Gedu, but that advantage is ticking away. They're focusing on the low ground. Zeo is there on the low ground, 85%, doesn't quite have the Uber. Sambun drops down, gets a bunch of damage. Kavka is down, the sentry is down. It's going to be the trading of the life. Stingan is still in map room, in that position where he just said, well, broken with the headshot onto Gedu. Those after Uber heals are going to be non-existent for SDCK, and actually inVision have weathered that storm. They back up. They've kept Zeo alive. They have 100% Uber just as Gedu comes on the respawn. Mezzo with the Assassin's Creed stab dropping from the top window onto Joe. And it's going to be demoed down. But inVision doing well there, buying themselves a little bit more time against a huge disad.
But yeah, massive disad for SDCK. They're probably going to go in for a sack wave here, I'll be completely honest. And inVision has been actually, they picked up their own momentum now. right? They're holding fourth quite strongly, but we'll only have to wait and see how long that lasts. Let's be honest, you know. But yeah, SDCK is starting to aggro a bit, you know. Gedu taking a bit too much damage than comfortable, you know, and 60% for SDCK, and they will be dry pushing a bit, getting that force actually. So that's a very well played by SDCK, leaving inVision to be at a massive disad. This is gonna be huge for SDCK.
Yeah, JackeyLegs on the spawn, managing to take down Broken, so he's still alive, being an annoyance. Gonna have a little bit of MGE against Kavka here. Who's gonna be the victor? It is gonna be JackeyLegs again as the Uber comes in through choke. A lot of players going down. Stingan is not there in map room this time around. He gets cleaned up by May. So many players on the car. It's not gonna be enough for inVision to try and stop this. 5:22 is the time from spawn till last. And that's the fastest time we've seen so far today.
But SDCK has been playing so flawlessly, to be honest, and they've been doing so well. And, you know, it's really up to inVision if they really are going to make it up here to the upper bracket finals.
We'll have to see what they're going to do. Of course, if they do push in 5:20, then we're going to be seeing another round of Badwater. But if SDCK manage to hold out for that amount of time, we're going to be moving on to our second map. inVision probably don't want to be doing that so quickly as the sacks come in. Suicide's not achieving anything. Gedu is untouched, and nobody is actually dying. 5 down for inVision as Likey is going to get the headshot onto Broken. And we're seeing, again, defensive sentry here from Clark, watching the tunnel. Not worry too much about the sacks, it seems. Relying on everybody else. The sticky is perfectly placed by Nubby to delete Kavka before he even gets close. And looking very strong as Unforgiven gets spotted by Sambun on that rock. Just resetting here. But yeah, I mean, with this amount of time Refleks, you don't have that many sacks to be able to afford, right?
Yeah, like SDCK is just straight up bin chilling right now on first, and inVision goes in for another sack, tries to force Gedu, but Gedu holding his butt cheeks, you know, like he's still keeping that Uber standing strong, and inVision just desperately trying to get anything going on right now, and nothing is coming out of this. SDCK is either just gonna like meme it and just hold first permanently, or, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. You know, we have to give credit to Gedu there. That, like you said, clenching moment to not use the Uber. Samba, though, gets taken up by Broken, so that's a lot of HP off the field right now for SDCK. They use the Uber much later, though. It's going to be a better Uber, but they're trying to spread out. Joe jumps in. Kavka is in. A lot of players going down. Samba, Clark, and Likey all out of action. And as we can see, they're getting picked off here. The big question is Gedu going to escape? He's got May for company. That is going to afford him the extra speed to get away onto second. But it's taken them 2 minutes for the first point alone. They're going to have to try and up the pace a little bit more. They've only got 3 minutes and 15 seconds to push this car all the way to last. Now, they're going to have to do better on second because, like we said in the interim, Refleks, on second was where it could be won and lost. And we'll have to see what inVision decide to do this time around.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pick up the momentum here, but there we go. Kafka is jumping in, trying to take down Gedu, but does not succeed. Poor Kafka right there. And they're just getting the cap time, 3 times on card. Just move, you know? SDCK does have an Uber ad. I feel like they're gonna start using here. I have a good feeling they're gonna use on second. I just smell it. But yeah, inVision is just trying to pick up whatever pieces they can right now pick up. Just 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. And a disad, you know, that's not fun.
No, and Likey down, so no sniper to deal with though. You can see they're getting aggressive now. They're trying to get something done. In comes Kavka into the skybox, gets a bunch of damage down. The sentry will go down to Asics in the end, and the cart has gone across that second point. So a lot of players dead for inVision, but they've managed to trade it for the point. But now the difficult thing is they have the 2 most difficult points on the map to push. In comes Mezzo for maybe a cheeky stab. It doesn't manage to get it done though. Has to dead ring away. And we're going to see maybe a house push here, but Nubby sticky traps takes down Kavka and Joe. And then Grip gets taken down with the pipe. Sambun's going to pick up Broken as well. Stinghand replies with a kill of his own, but that's just so devastating, taking down that many players when you're just getting ready. You need that momentum, and you need the heavy hitters in your team to be receiving that Uber, and it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Just approaching 1 minute 30 Refleks. It could still be possible, but they need ×3 all the way.
Both Ubers haven't been used either, so inVision, y'all gotta make a play right now, because you guys have been sitting too much at the moment. And here we go, they did actually listen to me, right? Here they go, they're coming in, Ubers being exchanged, but not really anyone dying from it, you know? Joe tries to spam the gun on Clark, but not really succeeds, and eventually does get taken down himself. This is a complete disaster for Team inVision.
Yeah, it's not good. And you know, there was an interesting stat that appeared in the chat, the STV stats, which you can't see on the stream, but we can see while we're watching. Both teams had Uber. Blue had Uber for 66 seconds before using, and Red had it for 83 seconds. Now, when you have not much time to push on a payload map, often you see the team that's attacking, the team in blue, trying to get trades, just trading. Use the Uber as soon as possible, and inVision haven't been doing that. It just, there doesn't seem to be that much of a sense of urgency, and that's allowed SDCK to just play normally. It doesn't feel like they've been under pressure at any moment during this round, and you know, inVision are a team that like to play aggressive. They like to just throw bodies forward and take those fights, and it just seems like they didn't really do that on Badwater at any moment. Like defensively, they just seemed a little bit shell-shocked every time SDCK got an advantage. But on the attack, it seemed that they were just opting for the sacks and not really playing around the team. As we see the last few seconds ticking away, there it's going to be for the logs. It's going to be a 2-0 in the end for SDCK on their map choice. So picking Badwater, and we are now on to the second map. If you're just joining us, this is the second map of the upper bracket final of ETF2L Premiership Highlander Season 27. A slight shake-up with the playoff system does mean that we have double elimination. So SDCK, the top seed, inVision, the second seed, playing each other, the winner going through to the grand final. SDCK are already one map to the good. They picked Badwater, and they won it with a crisp, clean 2-0. inVision kind of reeling after that game, but they picked Steel, and they had some crazy games on Steel, especially against SDCK in recent memory. And they'll have to win this game, Refleks, to stay in and force it to a best of 3 and move us on to Product, the third map. Do you think they can do it here? Do you think like these guys have that positive mental attitude that's going to take them through and clear their minds of what just happened on Badwater?
You know what? I have a good feeling that inVision might pull it back here, to be honest. Maybe I was a bit too mean earlier. And you know what? inVision got potential. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying you know what I'm saying too much. I'm really sorry, chat.
Oh, you know what, Refleks? I do know what you're saying. Okay,
Thank
I do
you,
know
CeeJaey.
what you're saying. Nubby is the first casualty of Steel, though. He jumps in and dies, and then Sandburn goes in and dies. A little bit of a kind of a mini stack wave there, as Steel, as we know, we love it. He just capped the A point, and no one really cares because he don't really defend the A point at all. But Unforgiven is there, giving his team, well, actually. Now moving over to White Room, just to be sure that there's not going to be any AE shenanigans coming in, but it does look like SDCK are posturing for a B push / sack wave, and Likey there in the drop down kills Grip, and that is massive at this point. No power on the defense is massive.
Yeah, but the Usyx gun is still up, so that counts. He will be wrangling it though, and Ubers will be exchanged on B, and SDCK is just cornered a lot. Like, they've gotten a lot of ground, but it seems like they will be losing it very quickly. But they will be returning now, trying to get some damage done, trying to take down members of inVision, and it doesn't seem good so far. A lot of them taking so much damage for Team inVision, and it's really a stalemate at this point. And Banner will be popped by Kafka himself, and god damn, Sandburn getting that cheeky spot, managing to take down so many crucial players.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge, Sandburn. I mean, I talked about how well he played on demo on this map in the UGC final. He just keeps walking forward, and you have this spun up heavy at you. Not many classes want to deal with that. And taking down Joe there meant that there was no demo, there was no splash damage to worry about, and it was just so much space created for his team that they were able to just flood in, and that's exactly what you want to do on the B point. If you're a budding Highlander player and you want to know how to push B, if there's no pyro, just push in, trade, and then just take the space and spread out, take the fights. And that's exactly what we're seeing. The double donk come in, Joe taking down May using the loose cannon, but then getting backstabbed by Mezzo, And no demo. That's going to be an Uber exchange in BC. It's all going to be down to Grip here to try and resolve the situation and keep them away from the C point.
Yeah, this is SDCK just pushing up yet again, but a lot of their players going down. T-Burn and Nubby being taken down by both Broken and Kafka. Well played by both of them. Both teams equal Ubers straight up bin chilling on BC, whilst Mr. May is getting some cap time on E, and Sandburn spawn camping the door right now. We might see some funny play right here, to be honest. Stingham's just trying to deny May from capping on the E cap, and you know, BC's hold is very strong. They got a wrangle gun and stuff. Now, straight up holding it strong, and buff banner will be used to, unfortunately, Grip getting taken down instantly, not allowed to stand.
Yeah, I mean, Stingham there just kept busy on E, but managed to take down Sandburn, and Piyaka taking down May means the pressure on E is now non-existent, and they can just kind of reset and focus. And while it was a very, very good early push, things are slowed down a little bit here. We're going to see an Uber. Zeo goes down, though. I completely missed how Zeo died.
Came on the flank and took down Zeo.
Wow, that's huge. Uber comes in onto C, and it looks like, just as I said, things were turning a little bit stalematey. That stalemate is broken, and right now, it does look like SDCK, they've got simultaneous caps going down on C and E right now. Only 3 alive for inVision, and those are not players that are going to be able to defend those points. C is going to go down for sure. That's going to extend the bridges to the E point, and that's going to allow more players to help May try to get some cap time down. And this, you're going to see... Sandburn is up in heaven just waiting, and there's so many players everywhere, Refleks. It's hard to keep track of it. It must be hard for inVision to know what's going on.
This is very scary for inVision. So many players. They still don't know about Sandburn. Sandburn is going to make an absolute crack play here. Yeah, and it does successfully take down multiple players, and, you know, not really much cap time going on right now for SDCK, and somehow they managed to get out of the situation, and SDCK crumbling apart. That's kind of a shocker to me, to be honest.
Yeah, but the spawn times are so much more in the favor of the attacking team on this map. Once you've got that C point capped, it's essentially instant respawn for blue team and 20 to 25 seconds for red team. And all of those trades that were happening, those players are already back up in action for SDCK. Nubby taking down Kafka there, just trying to clear out heaven. Jackie jumps in like he gets broken, and it does seem that Stinghand is the only thing really stopping this E point from being pressured fully, and he's getting pressured so hard. Uber is used, though. That brass beast is going to be gunning some people down, but it doesn't get very many kills, Refleks, and huge Uber ad now. The pit claims its first victim.
Let's go! I love the pit, but yeah, it seems like it's won by SDCK. I'll be completely honest. A lot of players on point and a lot of players dead on inVision's part, unless Kafka will do his iconic Kafka sack. No, he dies during the process. Unfortunate. SDCK will be capping the point with 5 minutes 16 seconds on the clock.
So we'll have to see what inVision have. You know, are you expecting any AE shenanigans? Are you going to see any kind of like rapid?
I hope there's going to be AE. I hope inVision is going to do. I don't remember it from the previous cast we did, but was it twice that did that funny? Everyone go BC and flank on B. Or was
they sent like their combo behind to sack from behind on BC, and I think that the thing was inVision were pretty slow to rotate there. At the moment, I am seeing a lot of people on A for inVision, so? including Zeo, the medic. Now this could be one of two things, Refleks. It could mean that it could be one of 3 things. I was going to say they're going to go AE or they're going to go drop down. It turns out Zeo's going to run all the way back to spawn.
They were listening to you.
And is this going to be like a 7-man sack from White Room?
It is. They are all pressuring right now, and perhaps maybe try to get some presence right here. They do have conquered BC though, and SDCK is just having a picnic at B. Straight up. And a lot of presence on E right now for Team inVision, but not really much happening out of it. You know, Jackie's probably calling like, yo guys.
Mezzo, I'm sorry, but he uncloaks right behind Broken, gets the backstab and revolvers down Joe.
Are you serious right now?
It's so free. It's so free. And like you said it perfectly, like they have a lot of presence on E, but not much happening. Like they had Piyaka on the point, he goes down, no one else is pressuring the point. SDCK don't really care about E. Like at the moment they don't need to. They can just play it slow And once they start to feel pressured, maybe start posturing towards that BC connector, which is what they're doing now. Kafka was the one trying to get cap time, but he's forced away. And we see the sentry being built in BC right now by Clark, trying to get some pressure onto anyone who decides to cap. Joe trying to like kind of spawn camp from this spawn door that leads into E, but there's no pressure on B now, and I'm not sure what inVision are trying to do.
I mean, I really like the plan they got here right now with the gun on BC, but they're not really doing anything on E. Nobody's watching the spawn door where all the presence is coming from, and Ubris will be exchanged from BC though. Not really much happening out of that. A lot of players from SDCK are dead though, so this might be actually huge for inVision. They're making a lot of presence, but on point, no presence at all. Not even a millisecond, not anymore at least a millisecond on the point. And here we go, they do actually start making a lot of ground on the spawn door. They need to have a control of both BC and E, because, you know, those are both the choke points they gotta hold.
And the thing is, when you haven't capped B, this is what can happen. You have to protect from BC, but also from that spawn door. And when your demo is busy sticking up that spawn door, and now Joe is not doing either. He is holding on top of the point and trying to spam down. Will get taken out.
No.
And this is the problem when you haven't got B and you haven't got any pressure on B. Everyone can just fight from BC and from the spawn door when you're a defending team.
I feel like
they're just chilling there. They're not pressured at the moment.
2 minutes left. I feel like nobody in inVision is talking to each other. Like, there was so much, like, 3 minutes of nothing. 3 minutes of nothing going on E. They were just sitting there chilling on E, but what is happening is B getting Uber exchanges, and they do successfully actually manage to conquer B, unless Jackie Legs has something else to say about it, and he does. He jumps in and tries to take down any crucial players, but not really making super much out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of kills on both sides here. It's looking better for inVision in terms of B. Like, they get a lot of presence. They've got players capping. The spawn times are coming in. Just passing the 1 minute 30 mark. This is still time for them to get the win. Like, it's, you know, you can capture the E point at any time and they can still win this. But they're finally getting Piaka onto the point. But when they don't have C, that means it's very limited on the players that can actually get onto that E point. And look at the positioning of SDCK. They know this. They know that they don't have to worry about, you know, C. They can let C go down for all they care. They can just kill the players who are trying to focus on the E cap. And if they kill the scout or the soldier or the demo or the pyro, or the, you know, those players who are the only ones who can really access the point, then inVision really at the moment are just kind of stranded. There's not much they can do.
And like, nothing is going on. They're just dying one by one right now, Team inVision. There's no coordination. They're just playing for logs at this point. And Uber gets forced though by Gedu, but it won't really matter. 30 seconds left and they still have that heaven control, while inVision has no presence at all. Now, they do have 100% ad, but I don't think it's too late, to be honest. They won't even be able to cap that point.
Yeah, they need like times 11 on the point or something. They can't do that because not everyone can get onto the point. The Uber is used, but it is just for the logs as the pit claims another victim. We can take a look. It just says one in this round. We've not seen that many pit deaths. It's like one per phase. But in terms of one, it's going to be 1 round towards SDCK on this second map, and it's going to be 1 round away from them claiming their place in the grand final. So this is going to be the second round now, and like I said, SDCK, if they win this round, they're through to the grand final, and they'll be sat there for a couple of weeks awaiting their opponent.
I hope inVision will do something here. It's going to be very exciting to see them. You know, they've been all down on the ground. They've been bullied their entire life, but now they're going to blossom and be a strong man and beat SDCK down, right?
Yeah, no, I believe you. I believe you. You know what?
It doesn't sound like it.
No, you know, I was just taken aback by your faith, your passion, your belief in inVision. Nubby is currently just taunting, and some of you in chat might be thinking, this dude's BMing. This guy,
That's
he
a funny
might
smiley.
be, but also he's checking those crit sticky traps to see if anyone comes through, so that he can dep them. In comes Unforgiven with the kill onto Likey, so that he's sniped down. And I don't see a single inVision player on this side of the map, Refleks. It looks like they're moving over to White Room.
Let's hope they won't do what they did, last round. That would be a bit cringe, if you ask me. But here we go. They will be moving out of White Room, and Jackie Licks has probably yelled the Mayday alarm. Mayday, Mayday, White Room has been conquered.
But they're doing the same thing again. Zeo is gone back to spawn again. Like, they sent, like, everybody, the grip falls into the pit, tries to flare jump away. But yeah, they kind of leave Zeo in spawn, and everyone goes to E.
Yeah, but that might maybe be some mind tricks, perhaps. But if they don't come back to B, but it seems like SDCK will be coming back to B. So I think all that was for nothing. Yippee!
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm trying to wonder whether they're going for the strat we saw sort of twice doing, where they send a bunch of people behind and kind of go for a force. But it just looks like they want to control E, but without the heals. We see the conch used by SDCK, and it does look like B now is going to be the point of action. Grip is in. Actually, the force comes out from Gedu. Zeo not using that Uber, so has a huge Uber advantage. Nubby also goes down. 15 seconds left in the respawn queue for that man. So this could be the opportunity that inVision have been waiting for. No demo, no Uber to worry about. And they can maybe start taking some space. We're seeing a passive sentry from Clark 2. It's only up to level 1 so far. And, if inVision start moving now, this could really, really put a dent into that time.
I think this is a huge potential for inVision, but Joe does get taken down. Kefka tries to bomb in as well, but does go down as well. What are they doing? But Shio actually did get taken down, or Gedu actually did get taken down. Sorry, that was a completely wrong call. I don't even know what took down Gedu, but that's actually huge for Team inVision.
It was Unforgiven. Huge. He comes, he just sneaks in and gets the backstab, and it's huge.
Fucking Unforgiven, dude. He always does that shit.
Yeah, I mean, Likey was getting some good headshots, and that's the annoying thing when you're pushing. Like, you have this Uber ad, you want to push in, your medic's baiting so they don't get dropped, and then the sniper on the defending team is just like, pew, 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 just constantly headshotting people. But Unforgiven really opening things up there. Zeo getting pressured by Mezzo, taking a few shanks to the face, but will live, and still has 100% Uber. And the fact that getting died, oh, Jackie Lex is there, one rocket, no! Grip is there to save the day and buy a little bit more time. 50% ad still for Zeo over Gedu, and like I said, that death from Unforgiven actually proving a lot, and it is going to be a C hold here from SDCK, but the rotations are coming in because pressure is happening towards E side. BC connector flooded with players, but no pressure on any of the points so far.
With Uber ad as well for inVision's side, they're just going to have to make the play here, and they're the ones pushing. SDCK, I mean, oh no, I turn that around actually. SDCK are the ones who can straight up chill and wait for inVision to make the plays here. Both sides are on equal Ubers right now, so cap time is staying strong though. Not really much contesting on E here, and this is actually kind of huge. A lot of cap time, halfway there, living on a prayer, and
it's more than halfway there. SDCK used you, but oh, great. Woo! I think Grip's fallen into the pit three times now. Just gets bullied into the hole. But you know what? Really well played. This is what we were talking about. inVision getting so much capped on, and forcing SDCK to rotate all the way around. And now look at C. ×4 on the cap. They're getting pressure there. They have the heals there. They have the Uber advantage. Zeo still has 100% Uber in the bank. This C point is going to go down without much contest. And there is still half the cap time. Yeah, I mean, this is a moment for them to execute a push and win this round within a reasonable time.
Yeah, and not really much of a E hold at the moment from SDCK's part. This is their call right now for inVision. inVision, y'all gotta go in right now. Don't be scared. You have Uber ad, and they will be using their Uber ad, pushing towards E heaven here, managing to get a lot of ground, and they need to stack point. They need to stack point if they're even going to get a good time here, and it seems like they will. This is so well played by inVision. This is literally a redemption here. I'm going to start crying. This is so emotional. It's like seeing a baby grow up, and the 6 types of cap, this is huge for inVision. A lot of players dead on SDCK as well. Uber will be used though on SDCK's part. Will they be able to hold on still? Almost dying to the pit again, but a Sanburn, I got you, bro.
Yeah, Grip not dying to the pit, but dying as he was plummeting to his death. But no, Stinghan's coming in, taking some names, getting onto that point, and now SDK just trying to buy some seconds. 5:20 is going to be the time. And when the rotations came around, they were in position to get cap time onto C as well.
5 minutes, 20 seconds left for inVision to defend, and absolutely insane sticky by Joe right there, taking down both Nubby and T-Burden. A-Cap going down strong. Absolutely insane gameplay right here.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I love watching the 8-point. It's, you know, it's the best thing about Highlander, watching an 8-point steal go down. I was just enjoying the replays from court there in the interim, just seeing, you know, he needs the highlight plays when you can just have all of the pit deaths. But it is going to be 8-point down, and SDCK not really looking to go towards E. They just want to play this normally and go towards B. Sandburn walks in, gets taken down by Broken. And Zeo holding next to the sentry, which is not on the high ground, it's kind of like on the low ground, maybe worried about getting shot from drop down. Little interesting shift up of the plays here, as it's going to be a buff banner from Kavka. It's going to help take down Mezzo and Nubby, but yeah, nothing really too dangerous coming from SDCK at the moment.
This is very interesting. I've never seen this sentry placement before, to be honest, and you know, that makes it a bit more exciting to watch, but here we go. Uber will be used on SDCK's part, and no Ubers will be exchanged on inVision's part. It's going to require an insane bomb right here, but Oz's just tanking his gun, keeping it up, wrangling it, holding mouse 1. What an absolute beast. That's why Engineer is the best class, guys. But yeah, nice headshot right there by Broken, taking down Sandburn, and inVision, I mean, SDCK, just down on the ground at the moment, you know?
Yeah, they're not really making inroads anywhere. They're trying to take the high ground right now. It's going to be that banner from Jackie Legs running the battalions, not taking much damage by virtue of that. The rest of his team taking the space. Jackie takes down Stinger, and now he takes down Asics. The sentry also goes down. Grip gets body shot by Likey, so there's no NG, no sentry. A lot of time in respawn queue for those players. Unforgiven's going to bleed to death. We're going to see the buff banner from Kavka. Likey's going to go down because of it, and it's going to be the Uber coming in from inVision, but this could be a mistake because T-Balden's there, and he's pushing Zeo into an uncomfortable position. He kill binds. He just wants out of there. He realizes how bad of a situation it is. 3 minutes on the clock, but
does that count as a pit
death? It doesn't. It counts as a... I didn't even know, but on the logs, it would just count as an environmental death for the person that killed them. Yeah, but what it means in scope of this game is 40% ad.
40% ad, indeed. And B point has been capped as well. This SDCK, they got to make the play here. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. inVision is probably panicking at the moment. They probably do not want this situation right now. And, you know, a lot of players low as well in inVision's part. SDCK, they got to make the play. They got Uber in 10% here, and they're probably going to start making the moves as we speak at the moment. And inVision's taking it kind of laid back with their 40%, and battalions gets used though. They will be pushing in. Not really many devs. Kafka unfortunately get going down though, and you know, C is just going to have to be given away, and Uber doesn't even get used. Only battalions by Jackie. Well played by Jackie right there.
Yeah, it's like people call it a mini Uber, right? Because everyone's taking, you know, less damage. Yeah, it's so useful, and they're able to bust in through the choke there, and there's not much inVision can do. Like, they can throw some damage out, but they don't able to get the force. It is going to buy them enough time that inVision now have 100% Uber. 140 on the clock. This is not much time, and it's not going to allow for too many mistakes on the side of SDCK. Jackie going down. And that's one player who would be able to maybe shift some of the health that is up in heaven right now. We have Broken, Asics, a level 3, a level 2 sentry, Sting and Grip. Everybody is on the side of heaven, and that is going to make it very, very difficult to try and get the E cap. But look at D. D is getting capped a little bit by Mezzo. It's going to force some players away, because if D gets capped Refleks, that's going to block the E spawn and kind of pincer them into one place. But time is kind of being wasted right now. Nubby goes down to the stickies from Joe, and we're approaching 1 minute.
1 minute left. In SDCK, if they want to be done for tonight, they got to make a play right now. Both sides have Uber, and inVision has Heaven control, but lacking 2 players on their side. inVision, they can't mess up right now. They cannot mess up. And here we go. SDCK will be using the Uber going in right now on Team inVision. Broken going down by Janky Legs bomb. And there's a lot of chaos happening on E. Whilst the wrangled gun by Clark is still up, he's just spamming as much as he can, trying to take down whoever he can. And E point does not have any cap points at all, and so many players for Team inVision are still alive. This might be actually huge potential for inVision to actually be winning. And this map, to be honest, 3 times on cap, they're just going to stack whoever they can, because I think it's inVision that will be winning this round of Steel. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. They just didn't have enough bodies and they didn't have enough cap time on that final point, and it's gonna be all tied up here on the second map. Who's gonna win this third round?
You know what? I'm very curious on what's gonna happen. Part of me says SDCK, but part of me also says inVision has picked up the momentum. They've started actually playing the video game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's really up to both sides what they want to do here. That's all I gotta say.
You know what? Sitting on the fence. Love to see it. Love to hear it.
Punching my butthole, you know?
Anyway, yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what SDCK decide to do, because they've been very vanilla with their pushes so far on Steel, kind of just opting for those B pushes, not really going for the AE or anything like that. Just trying to go in, flood in, and take the exchanges. And we've seen Nubby just trying to corner peek this, get some damage around, Grip taking a little bit of damage. But getting the Pyro down really does open things up, and I think that's what maybe they're trying to do. Grip taking a lot of damage down, but it is going to be Sandburn, the first person that dies, but Likey has been given the space in drop down again, and he gets Asics. That sentry's going to be sapped by Mezzo, but however, we're going to see the Pyro coming out from Grip, the home wrecker, just getting rid of that sapper. So that sentry is still live and kicking.
Live and kicking indeed. Both teams equal Ubers, and Buff Banner did get used on inVision's part, but not really much coming out of it. A lot of presence right now on B, but unfortunately they will just be taken down in an instant. SDCK just trying to make a play. They did get quite some time on cap on E, but other than that, like, they're gonna be using though on B, exchanging Ubers, just seeing Joe try to get any kill he can, and same for Mr. Nubby. Seems like,
yeah, they use the Uber in there, and defensively, inVision have to use Uber on their engineer, because he was the furthest person forward trying to get that sentry up. Maybe they weren't expecting that aggressive a push, and look at inVision, they're so hold back close to their spawn. Piyaka goes down as well, only 5 players alive, and SDCK just flood in, take all that space. They're able to get the cap time down on B, and part of the reason there was because May was going in behind and sitting on the E point. He actually got the E point about halfway capped, and it forced them to send people back to try and stop that E point from going down. So 203 is going to be the time for the first 2 points already. But it is still equal Ubers. You know, both medics traded there, and neither of them died. So kind of back to square one. But Grip goes down to the body shot from Likey. Also manages to take down Broken. Nubby is there for SDCK, but these are huge advantages.
that's scary. Oh my god, Lakey is just demolishing everyone one by one. Someone stop this man right here. Oz is just holding BC connector at the moment with his gun, just trying to do what he absolutely can do best. But here we go, Agro will be coming on from SDCK's side, and they're still standing strong for Team inVision here, and Cap is going down second by second, and they will be using, actually, Shio got forced. I don't know what forced them exactly, but Uber exchange on BC.
Yes, it's just very awkward, isn't it? All those people clustered up in BC connector. Asics was there and got taken down, and then his sentry got taken down as well, which is allowing the presence on E right now. And you take a look at SDCK, they're spread out, they have people in important positions. Sandburn there, up on the high ground in heaven, is able to just, shoot anyone who decides to come out from the E side spawn. C is getting capped by Mezzo by himself. No one's going to really want to contest, but actually Kafka goes in. And I think this is a mistake because so many people are dying on E. It's only Kafka alive now. Everybody else who was defending E goes down, and they've got ×5 on the point before the bridges are even extended.
This is very scary. I think this is definitely won by SDCK. Everyone is basically dead unless Kafka has anything else to say about the situation, and it doesn't seem like it. He dies as well, and that'll be how much time? Oh my god, what the hell? Sub 4 minutes.
Yeah, sub 4 minutes. You know what, Likey...
Yeah, yes, please, I missed that, actually. Please
so
tell me,
Likey
actually.
scopes in and, walks off the edge and then just falls into the pit and then types in chat. I lagged. It's my internet. So,
Any excusers in chat? Hello?
I mean, you know what? I think if anything, this game has given us an entire compilation of pit deaths, and all the better for it. But focusing on the game itself, SDCK making a statement. 3:56 is an incredibly fast time, as we see in the slow-mo replay. Oh no. You hate to see it. I love the slow-mo. Core is working wonders here.
You know what? A little more to Pit on this map, man. It creates for so many great
Pit
moments.
MVP, dude. Pit has been the MVP so far.
We need a new category in the award show. Who's the best Pit player?
Yeah, and the pit death of the season goes to. But we are starting now. inVision have to cap the E points, not necessarily all of the points, but they need to capture the E point within the next 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Otherwise, SDCK will be in the grand final, and inVision will have to fight against twice in the best of 3 in the lower bracket in order to try and meet them again. First casualty will be Jackie Legs. And we do see Nubby actually towards A side as well, like sort of in the spawn, checking white room and stuff like that. They've got a sticky trap there. Mezzo just being the eyes, the security camera on A, seeing if anyone's going to come through. I want to see if anyone's going to get stuck by the sticky trap. See Stinghan's there. He punch in the air. He walks through. Sticks don't get debt for that though. But Mezzo gets the kill. So I just watched that for no reason.
But Lakey and Mezzo does go down. Might be low-key crucial for Team inVision here to push out. 3 minutes left. They've got to be desperate here for any play at all. And Nubby does go down by the Azuk's gun. And, ooh! Absolutely insane shot by Broken. Taking down Gedu. Oh my god! That might be the necessary play for Team inVision right now.
Yeah, they use the Uber. They don't risk anything. They get the frags. 2:40 left on the clock now. And SDCK have to kind of regroup here because B is going down for sure. And C is probably going to get some pressure on it too. And you know what, Nubby going down there was one thing, but Broken, you've got to take these risks, right? You've got to take these risks, and that is exactly what inVision are doing. They've got a sentry up in BC Connector with pretty much their entire team. Again, it goes down again. It goes down to Kafka.
Oh my god. Yeah, as Syken said, I need a new clean pair of pants after watching that. Jesus Christ. I'm speechless.
We talk about chances, winnable, all of that. This is now in the hands of inVision to throw away. They have A and B capped. They have pressure on C. They have cap time there. They have 100% Uber advantage. There are players still in the respawn queue. Sandburn has a 20-second respawn. This is the moment where they can execute this and finish off the round. If this is a successful Uber, then the game be won. Mezzo's lurking though. Mezzo's lurking against the drop. Zero goes down.
That is the needed play for SDCK right now. And 1 minute 20 seconds left. inVision just have to move it. They just got to do something right now, because 1 minute 20, they got to make their play as we speak. They're already capping D though, so that might be necessary. But right after D, they got to start pushing E instantly, because you know they need a lot of time to cap E simply. And here Kafka does jump in, tries to take down Clark, leaving him at 16 HP. Very unfortunate for him. And D does get capped. 1 minute left on the clock, CeeJaey.
1 minute left on the clock. There is a sentry. It's getting sapped. It goes down, as does Clark. So much damage from Joe there. They're taking Heaven. Gedu is up there, but he's only at 74%. He's going to have to drop and dance away. He actually gets away, heading towards C. 45 seconds on the clock. This is plenty of time for inVision to get this cap. Times 7 on the point right now.
Oh my god.
Gedu at 85%. This Uber is going to have to be clean and clinical. BC Connector is where they're going in. The Uber's going to be used. T-board and pushes some people into the big game. He falls into bed. He serves a rocket. No, he falls back in. Zio is dead. Grip is on the point. Times 3. 20 seconds to go. Sandburn is there. He's trying to head peek from the stairs. He kills 2. He kills 3. He gets Stinghan as well. The cap, 10 seconds left to go. No, he's putting. There's a mini sentry watching the point right now. Refleks.
Oh my god. Clark with the absolutely insane mini and Sandburn. They're fighting desperately for a point. And SDCK will be winning and making it to the Prem Grand Finals. What the...